Southeast Asia was one of my most beautiful and empowering trips I ever went on. That's probably because I was by myself and I had to learn a lot of things on my own. And with that, I became somebody that I never even knew could exist, because I'm putting myself in situations I had no idea existed, let alone I was capable of doing certain things. It was just new things every day, new challenges, and I'm overcoming them, and I'm having a great time, and I'm meeting all these people. The trip surpassed anything I could have imagined it to be. So much so that my trip went from a 5-week trip to 3 months. After Italy, I came home for a bit, and I struggled a lot with sharing my experience with people. I started going out less, I stopped talking to my friends as much, and I think a lot of that stemmed from all the traveling that I was doing. I decided it was best for me to do this trip solo, hopefully find peace in being alone. I just couldn't believe that I was doing it, like, completely by myself. Hi everyone, I officially have landed in Bangkok, and yeah, your girl's really excited, like it's finally hitting me. So I remember getting there to my first hostel, and I was truly like, I'm not gonna meet anybody, I'm not gonna make any friends, and like, oh, I was so concerned and worried. And then like later that night, or maybe the next day, I met this cute couple from Sweden, and they invited me out with them to this strip that's in Bangkok. It's known for its food, for drinks and bars and clubs. We had an amazing night out. I think I maybe got like 4 hours sleep that night. I had a tour the next day. I planned on going to Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, and Cambodia, and kind of doing this loop. I had my itinerary down packed. I did so much research going into this trip, especially because I was by myself. I wanted to have an idea of what to expect, how things worked, how things ran, how can I get from point A to point B. I had maps printed out and arrows and notes of how I'm gonna get from here to there, and everything. And people were like, hold on, you already booked your trip home? Like, you have a round trip ticket? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I got 5 weeks, I gotta be back. People are like, I mean, that's impressive, but I don't know if I could do it. I booked and I'm going with the flow. That map, that organization, all the paperwork that I had went straight out the window. I started in Bangkok and I went to Chiang Mai. The only thing that I had to actually work around was a Buddhist meditation retreat. I knew from the jump that I wanted to do that. I found one in particular that I planned on going to. And I remember meeting people, you know, I'm going from hostel to hostel, and I made a wonderful friend named Mary who traveled with me and was definitely my person to talk to, my person to feel comfortable with. And then I went to Pai, where I got stuck. I think everyone calls it the Pai hole because you get stuck there. It's beautiful, you could stay there forever. Definitely stayed there way longer than anticipated. I had the experience of having a little bit of traveler's romance. Hi everyone, it is currently day 14, making it 2 weeks into my travels. Today I left from Pi. The girl I've been talking about, Mary, she left yesterday. She's heading over to Vietnam. And then the two boys from Germany, they left for Chiang Mai today, I believe. So I had to say bye to everybody. And it is rough. It's been almost a week, or about a little over a week spent traveling with them. Got pretty close with one of the guys, and it's something I wanted to talk about because, let's be real, traveling the world in general is already really romantic. So to do it with somebody that you find attractive and they are attracted to you, just like intensifies the romance and the passion, and it's becomes just like intense like love story. I'm learning to enjoy moments, go with the flow, own what I'm feeling, and let those feelings be felt, because I think it's important not only to care for people, but for the person you care about to know that you care for them. And now that I'm by myself, like again, it's rough, but I'm just reminding myself this is what I came here to do. Travel by myself and continue meeting fantastic people. But I do think you meet people for a reason. If I arrived a day later, or I went to a different hostel, or whatever it is, I wouldn't be meeting the people I am. I'd be meeting a whole different group of people, and therefore my experience would be completely different. They impact you for the rest of your life. Hello everyone, it is day 28. It is February 2nd, and tomorrow I go to the retreat. There's a good 98 to 100% chance that I am going to Australia, so I'll be extending my trip again. And I got the overwhelming support from my mom and my grandparents. I have family there, so I can stay with them. I feel like I'm kind of coming into myself again. But with that being said, because I'm trying so many new things and experiencing so many new things, I feel like I'm learning a whole new side of me, and maybe that's because I'm growing and changing. I'm nervous to see how I am when I get home, but this is why I'm doing this retreat. It can help me continue to better myself and grow as a person. At the time, I did not do well with being alone. And so that's where the idea of going to a meditation retreat kind of stemmed from. I figured if I could go to a retreat and learn what that means, what that is, and still find peace, then I could be okay being alone. I could be okay coming back home. The Buddhist meditation retreat was a silent retreat, so there was no talking. And it's crazy how much you can learn about yourself, others, and the world by being silent. You're in a space where you're able to pay attention to your thoughts. I found that I'm always constantly in my head, always thinking. Meditation allowed me to realize what's really happening in my mind. I felt more in tune with myself. I felt more comfortable with being by myself and my thoughts. And I felt more connected with the world around me.
that was huge for me and my mental health. Vietnam was probably one of my favorite places I've ever been to in my traveling experience. I started in northern Vietnam and worked my way down. Everybody rides scooters or motorcycles, and I always was on the back holding on. I'm like, I kind of want to try doing this on my own. So I remember learning, and I did it. I was able to rent bikes and go wherever I needed to and deal with the chaos of having a motorcycle in Vietnam. So it felt good to be challenged in that way and overcome it.
Oh, incredible! So glad I have a music.
I think this will break up that thing.
I ended up staying with a large group for a while. We were in Hoi An. We ended up getting an Airbnb and we threw a huge party. And we just went around. We were at a beach and we were just inviting everybody to come to this party. And I just remember being on the roof of the place and everyone is just sitting on the floor, you know, their drinks, their cigarettes, and they're just talking. You know, you listen and you have a few different languages happening. You know, you have people from literally all over the world sitting down and talking about their experience traveling. I just remember standing back and being like, this is what it's all about. Just meeting people and sharing stories, and asking questions and learning and growing, right? Because by learning about other people, you learn more about yourself.
Hi everyone, my night has officially come to a close. It's 1:44 in the morning. I had to get up at 5:15, 5:30ish, so that gives me 3.5 hours. But zero regrets. I only had 2 beers, danced my heart out with amazing people that I met, and we said our goodbyes, and you know what? It never gets easy. It never gets easier. But you know what? I'm freaking proud of myself for not just accomplishing what I came here to do, but to go a step further and be here longer. And I could not have done it without my mom, all the love and support that she's given me. I've gotten closer with family members, I've gotten closer with friends back home, and I've made new ones abroad that live all over the world. So it's been an incredible journey. It's not over yet. It's just a new phase. Southeast Asia is done and been accomplished. Yeah, I'm really emotional, so I'm gonna get off and go to bed, I need to get sleep. But these are happy tears, like, I did it, guys, I did it. I'll leave for Australia tomorrow.